Hello, everyone. Welcome to Record Club. It is me, Sean. I have a special guest today. Sara Brown is here. Sara, we've known you for a very long time.
Yeah. Gotta be getting close to a decade, I think.
A long time. Now,
Who knows?
this is funny. Sara didn't know she was going to be on this set. I didn't know she was going to be on the set until 5 minutes ago, where I was just going to record this really quickly. People came in the studio with Rocco. Sara was one of those people and said, "Oh, I know that album." And I said, "You want to be on?" And she said, "Yes."
Yeah.
So this couldn't have been more last minute for you.
Yeah, but I'm really excited. Yeah, I saw this and immediately was like, oh man, what a great album that is. And you told me you were recording and I was like, let's do it.
I'm so thrilled. So this is such a last minute thing. And those of you, I usually put these out on Thursday, but I was in Yosemite, so I didn't do that. And so this is my first time I've been late. So I'm sorry, everyone. We had Comic-Con, then Yosemite. I was a little bit late, but we're good. We're going now, and I'm going to try to have the next one still on time on Thursday. We'll see what I can do depending on what record I pick. Okay, so let's talk about Kasey Musgraves. Sara, I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yeah.
I picked this, and I was upset. I didn't want to listen to this, to be real with you.
I get that because my exposure to this was also like, I did not seek out this album. It was like I was on a trip with friends and they put it on and I was like, whatever. Because you hear either like country or country pop and it's like, you've got a preconceived notion of what that is.
100%.
And it's like, I'm good. I don't need that.
Not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me. I had one of these records I did with Shania Twain.
Yeah.
And it, Jenny was on the episode. No offense to Shania, but like I talked before, how that she was. I get how she's popular.
Oh yeah.
No disrespect, but it wasn't
Just
my
not
thing.
your cup of tea.
Yeah. But this same thing where like I ranked my records out of like 0 to 5.
Yeah.
And I will be honest, this started before I hit play was a 0 to me, which is not fair to poor Kasey.
Yeah.
She didn't deserve that, but that's how I just went into it.
Yeah.
I didn't hate this record, Sara. I
Yeah.
liked it, I think.
I think for me, like, I haven't really sought it out like very much since, again, like this time I was listening to it with my friends. But I think for me, this could be a record that like almost like no skips, where it's like you just put it on for the vibes.
Yeah.
And it's a lot more charming and it's a lot more unique than I also thought it would be.
Yeah. And again, like this was not made for me. I completely recognize that. I would have never, but I listened to this thinking like this gave me like a early-ish Taylor Swift vibe where it's like, oh, I could see like there's country, but there's also pop. They're catchy songs.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What I like about it is like, because obviously, yeah, like country pop, like Taylor Swift is going to come up. And like, I think that's a merited comparison too. But what it is it is like much closer to like, now when we think, and I'm not some expert obviously on modern country.
I just dragged you on this. Yeah.
But like, when we think about especially like radio country now, it's like, it all sounds the same. And it's about like going to the bar in your truck to think about God.
Yes.
And this is much more of like a really much what I think of as like a more classic country where it's like more like, I'm thinking of the first, I know we're gonna go like song by song, but like thinking about like Slow Burn and just like the imagery she paints of a life that is like it's very like genuine and lived in.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Yeah. So back right, I was like, why am I talking about this? Taylor Swift.
Right.
Where like her songs are all about like her lived experiences, but Kasey Musgraves is not a 15-year-old like record industry plant. So her lived experiences are a little more compelling to listen to.
It's interesting because I was looking at her history. She was born in 1988, so she's very young. And this is her 4th album, which also was like pretty impressive. This came out in 2018, her 4th album. So I mean, would she be 20,
no,
30? 30. 30?
I am 30 and was born at the time of her doing this.
Yeah, she's 30. I got it.
Yeah,
30.
That
okay.
tracks.
So that's pretty good. That's Kasey, pretty good. I will also say that some of these themes to me, as you were saying, were very uncountry.
Yeah.
The song Rainbow?
Yeah.
Very pretty. That's the last song on the track.
Yeah.
That was one that I listened to and then went right back to that song again to listen to it one more time because I'm like, I try to listen to these albums at least 10 times all the way through.
Whoa,
I try.
that's dedication.
Sometimes I got to Jerry Lee Lewis and it was like 3,500 songs. I'm like, I can't do this.
No.
So that was one and done. But this I listened to walking to Comic-Con every single day. because it took about this album length for me to walk from my parking spot to the booth, about 45 minutes.
Oh, that's terrifying to think about.
Yeah, right. So then I would listen to it on the way back, and so I've been like having these songs stuck in my head. But the song "Rainbow" in particular, it's a very pretty song. It's a perfect last song where it's like just the piano and her.
Yeah.
And to me, it was a very LGBTQ.
Oh yeah.
Song.
Yeah.
It was not country themed though. It's like this is very like, hey, this is who you are and it's okay.
Yeah.
And I thought it was beautiful. That's a really great message.
Yeah, and also I'll say it, if this was out in 2018, like obviously like we have had, themes of like, acceptance, and especially with like, LGBT acceptance, like that's been pretty popular for the last couple of years. But like more people are cashing in on it now than they were in 2018.
True. Especially a country artist.
Exactly. So like minimal difference, but I think it's worth I think it's very sincere coming from her, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. And also I guess that song is special to her because she wrote that song and then played it for her grandma. And that was the last song her grandma heard before she died, I guess. Like her grandma died like shortly after or something like that. And so it reminds her of her grandma. That's just a sweet story.
Yeah.
Fun fact about this is that she wrote 2 songs. Let me find out which ones. Mother, which wasn't my favorite, and Slow Burn on LSD. And
Good for her.
She said that's not everyone's creative process, but it worked for me. All right. Kasey, respect to that again. I mean...
And that's what we're talking about, you have like breaking like the country pop mold. It's like, oh no, like she's cool.
Yeah, honestly.
Sorry, it's not cool to do drugs.
Well... It's not, but also it's pretty cool to admit that you did drugs to write an album. So I don't know. Anyways, let's go into the songs really quick, and then this is gonna be a shorter episode still.
Yeah.
I'm so happy you're here on.
I'm really happy to be here. The first one of which is Slow Burn, isn't it?
It is Slow Burn. Now, here's my thought. When this song started, I was like, oh fuck this, oh no. And then as the song kept going, it's like, all right. Okay, but like this was probably the most country song on the album, I thought. It was very country, and I thought the rest of it was going to be this way, and it really was like, it stood out to me later on. It's like, oh, this is like so country, because it gets people in who are in the country mindset.
Yeah, and then shuts the door behind them.
Gets you out of it, right? It's like, oh, I tricked you. It's a trick. It's Kasey's trick.
Yeah. But because like the lyrics are so like autobiographical, like it does, obviously it makes very clear logical sense as an album opener. And I would say like, if you don't think you're going to be scared by the presence of country, that like, if you were like, do I want to check this out? Like, start with the first song.
Yeah.
But what I like is that it paints a really clear picture of her vibes.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, again, I thought I was going to hate this. And I really just didn't. And maybe it's because I've heard so much pop lately in my house. Like it's so much pop that I can kind of like respect it now, and I hear it more and I go, oh, okay, like I know what this is. Because I got to Lonely Weekend, and this is more pop. Yeah. It's like okay, it's like a driving a car song to me. It's just like, right? It's just like, it's not like the most like, you're not gonna dance to it, but you're just like, all right,
exactly.
It's pretty laid
it's
back.
Background music, yeah.
But then my favorite song was Butterflies, and that was so catchy to me.
Nice.
Really catchy song. And the chorus, like I've been like waking up in the middle of the night with the chorus in my head, like I don't know how she did it.
One of these songs gets stuck in my head like no other. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be one that you didn't expect.
Okay. So then, now the next song, number 4, Oh What a World. When it started, I was like, was like a fucking Daft Punk? Like, it's what is happening? Like a little robot start? Like, again, not expecting that at all.
Yeah, she is really not confined by any of the different genres that she falls into.
Yeah. When it started, I was like, what the fuck? Like this album blew me away in different reasons.
Also, the chorus on that one, I think really like, I really like her vocal tones. Like she has like a very like, the way that she sings is just like very like clear and pleasant and resonant. And like, I love how she sounds on the chorus of that one.
I agree. I don't like, I mean, maybe she could go those crazy notes. I don't know, because she doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But she doesn't really need to. The songs are catchy enough without doing that.
Yeah, I think she really plays to her strengths and doesn't try to do everything.
Which, back to like listening to this in the car, like I feel like anyone could sing these songs along with her. It's not like, we listen to a lot of Whitney Houston in the car.
Good luck. Yeah.
And, well, my wife She kills it. She gets a hairbrush every time and she sings the shit out of it, and I love it. But not everyone can go for it like that, you know?
Not everybody has the confidence of Jenny.
No, and I love that. I truly love that about her. But
Me
yeah,
too,
I will
frankly.
say that like some people you hear like, well, I'm not gonna, you know, Celine Dion is like, well, no one's gonna do this, you know.
No.
But this, we can all do this.
Oh, yeah, this is prime. Yeah, put it on in the car with your friends. Put it on when you're in traffic. Sing along. You're gonna sound great.
Yeah. Okay, the song "Mother" is like a minute, very short, and it's fine. I mean, it's calmer. It doesn't.
It feels like an interlude.
Yeah, and I honestly didn't need it. I mean, it's fine you included it, but it's like I don't know why we. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, I feel like that's more of like again like more. She's back checking like the country boxes a little bit.
Yes, and that back to the next one, "Love Is a Wild Thing." This I didn't love this one either, and it was kind of went back to the country a little bit.
Yeah,
a little bit more boring, which is fine.
Yeah, not one that I would pick if I was trying to get people into this album.
Yes, perfect example.
Yeah.
So then we have Rocco being so loud.
Our friends hooting and hollering.
Oh my God! You know what? It's the price I pay to have you on it, Sarah. It's totally worth it. Space Cowboy is next. I like this.
Cowboy
I like
rules.
this. I like this song, and I obviously thought of not obviously, but the Tommy Lee Jones movie when all the cowboys went to space. Did you ever see this movie? Because it's not good. Sarah's
thought
bad.
There's an NSYNC song that I think is also called Space Cowboy
There
that
is.
I thought of.
Yeah. But I liked that it wasn't about a cowboy in space. It was you can have your space,
comma, cowboy.
I like that.
Yeah, it's really charming. It's really,
And I think I thought about this title way too much, and I went back and forth like, should the comma be there or should it not be there? I don't know. I mean, it'd be funny to me if the title was Space, comma, Cowboy. It's like, what the fuck is that? I don't know. I don't know why I thought about it so much. Anyways, paints a good picture.
Yeah.
I mean, it tells a good story, and you can have your space cowboy.
I ain't gonna fence you in.
I'm not gonna fence you. And the love faded. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay for love to fade.
That's another one too. What I like about Space Cowboy is like it probably conceptually is the closest to like a straight up and down, like love song, country song, end of a relationship song, but it doesn't feel hack. It doesn't feel done. It doesn't it still feels fresh and interesting.
I agree. Okay, next we have Happy and Sad.
Yeah.
I said it's okay. It's sweet.
I like that one.
It's sweet. Kind of like it. But again, I wouldn't put that one on first to show someone.
No, if we were doing, the different show, if we were doing ranking for this, I would say it's a comfortable B tier.
That seems fine. That seems totally fine. I will say, so when I recorded the last episode, Lennon was here, and she's the one who picked this out, and she was like, I kept listening to it, and she was like, I think she got really into it. So did Sawyer.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's because like she picked it or that she actually liked the music. I don't know which one it was, but I will say that Sawyer started singing the Butterfly song last time I listened to it. So I think maybe we do this thing where we request songs. Like Emma is in the car with us, and she asks everyone what they want to hear. I have a feeling Kasey could be added to the list.
Nice.
A lot of T Swift. Whitney Houston, but maybe some
good taste going on in that family of yours.
We're killing it. Okay, next is Velvet Elvis. Yes, go ahead.
This is, I think, my favorite song. This is the one that gets stuck in my head.
This one?
Yes.
Interesting.
It is, I think, my favorite song on the album, and it is so catchy.
This
is the one that will be buried in my head now for the next 3 days, probably.
It is very catchy and silly. It's a silly song.
It is.
It's called Velvet Elvis. Can't be very serious, I guess.
Exactly.
But I like that she's not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay, next we got Wonder Woman. Now, this is my least favorite song.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think this one stuck in my brain from my listening to it.
There you
Forgettable.
go. And again, can I say? I know we're not even through the list yet. I am so impressed with you just on the fly, just knowing when I'm like, you're just killing it.
Thanks.
Like you really when you said you like this album, you weren't bullshitting me. It's true.
Yeah.
Because damn, Sarah, you're killing it. Okay.
Well, thanks.
Next we got Golden Hour.
Yeah, that's another one. I think we just talked about this. I forgot. I think there was a few radio hits from this, and one of them would have been Golden Hour.
I think she played this on Saturday Night Live.
Nice.
And I watched the performance of it, and I really was. She went with a 70s country vibe for it.
Nice.
And it had the lights in the camera with the light flare, and she's wearing 70s garb, and there's a guy behind her on like piano wearing all white. This was a
Nice.
very country 70s like show, and I really liked the vibe of
That's
that.
sick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really liked it. You know, it's a 75 song, so it works with that. She fit the aesthetic perfectly. She did great. And then the last song, Rainbow, we talked about.
Yes.
I thought it was a beautiful song. I liked it a lot. So
Wait, did we talk about High Horse?
we did. Did we not? I thought. Oh, is that
Did I black out? Did
No,
I
no.
black out?
Did we talk about? We did. No. We skipped it. I'm so sorry.
No worries.
Go
I was
ahead.
like, we're missing one.
What do you want to say about High Horse?
I like High Horse. High Horse is, I think, if you didn't want to do like the lore of Slow Burn, High Horse is the song I would pick to show somebody. That's not going to get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
So fun to sing in the car. Like, yeah, it's fun. It's silly. It's sassy. Like another one that's like, this probably, again, hews a little closer to traditional country, but this is more of like really like of female country of like telling a man that he's not shit.
Right. Which I'm for. I'm
Yeah.
all for that. You know, after going to Dollywood and like seeing like Dolly Parton and like I can see like elements of this in here
Oh, yeah.
as well.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, Dolly's very country. This is more pop than country, but I still love Dolly Parton and the vibe she's given off to all these other female country stars to like
Oh, yeah.
push the limits and tell
Trailblazer.
men especially that they fucking suck. I'm totally fine with that. I respect that. Thank you, Dolly. Okay, so that is the album. It obviously did really well. It won like every Grammy the year it came
I remember
out.
it sweeping.
Yeah, like album of the year, and it's funny because I never even heard of this. Like I don't know how I guess the Grammys don't really mean a lot to me.
I was about to say, yeah, Grammys for it. Also, yeah, I think that you are probably safely outside the target demographic for this
think
album.
I am. Yeah.
Which is why it's very cool that you're able to appreciate it regardless.
Well, thank you. And honestly is why I love doing this. Before we recorded, other people, I forget who asked, but someone asked, "What's the favorite record you've done?" And so far, like I've discovered, I loved the Supremes. Like we did
That's
the
so
Supremes, and it
nice.
fucking rules. But this is another thing where it's like, never in a million years would I listen to this unless my kids requested it on our car
For
playlist
sure.
thing. And I'm glad I listened to it. I did like it. So shouts out Kasey Musgraves. You got me.
Good job.
Also been calling her Kasey Musgraves, all because we have a picture of Joe Musgrove on the Padres, and I have not been able to figure this out. So sorry again, Kasey. Okay, so that's the album. Let's see what Rolling Stone said about it. Now, we have a bit on this, Sarah, where I read this and can't say a lot of words because Rolling Stone uses big words that I apparently don't know. My vocabulary isn't what Rolling Stones is, so I'm going to try this. On this album, Kasey Musgraves became Nashville's most compelling crossover star since Taylor Swift. Nailed it. Where she sings about acid trips, nice, homesickness, and falling wildly in love with the witty precision of her earlier small-town, polemics? What the hell is that word?
Polemics?
Polemics? Have you heard that word before?
No.
Okay, thank God. See,
I was feeling so good for the first. I'm like, they're saying all the stuff that we did.
that's true. And then they say polemics, and I go, well, I don't know. But on a much bigger scale, Golden Hour's lush yacht country production re-envisioned what millennial pop might sound like. I've always loved Sade, but there is also love for Dolly Parton, Musgrave said. I thought there got to be a world where all these things can live together. We killed it.
Yes. We are the same as Rolling Stone in many ways.
But I don't know what polemics means. But besides that, we're pretty much Rolling Stone.
No one does.
You're absolutely right. Okay, so that is the album. I'm going to give it, I mean, I almost want to give it a 4. But
I think you should.
I think I'm going to give it, I'm going to give it a 4. I'm going to give it a 4 because I recognize this wasn't made for me. I probably won't listen to this again on my own, but if it came on, I wouldn't be mad.
It's whatever that quote is. Yeah, for those that like that sort of thing, that's the sort of thing they like.
Yes, exactly that. And I, again, respect to it because I liked it way more than I thought I would. So
Perfect.
Shouts out, Kasey. Now we're going to talk about the song Closer by 9 Inch Nails, which couldn't be more different than a Kasey Musgraves.
Not at all.
Now, Sarah, I don't know how you feel. The first time I heard this song, I thought, oh, I shouldn't be listening to this. Like, it was like,
Yes.
I'm going to get in trouble for hearing the song.
Oh, yeah. I think I was in middle school. I don't remember what year this came out.
In 94.
Okay, so this was this was long before me being in middle school, but I remember listening and being like, you can say that in a song,
Yes.
and the government won't show up at your
And
house.
that is really what. Okay, so the fact that this is Nine Inch Nails' biggest hit, still on the radio.
Oh yeah,
How did we do this? How did this song? Like I've always liked this song.
oh yeah,
and like
good song.
great song.
Yeah, it bangs. Like,
100%. But how? Then just not saying fuck, I guess, makes it okay. But
But you know, there is
And then,
no
like,
mystery to the verb in the phrase. I want to blank you like an animal.
And then to follow it up with, I want to feel you from the inside. That's on the radio?
I know, like,
how did they do this?
I was about to say, this sounds like very boomer adjacent, but when I don't think you could make this song today, and not because we're not capable or like, ooh, cancel culture, but like, I just feel like people would just be like, yeah, you can't put that song on the radio.
On the radio. Like,
glad they did.
was Wet Ass
Glad they
Pussy on the radio?
Oh, it was, but that is one where and I love that song. This is not a dig.
Mm-hmm.
That song deserves to be heard uncensored.
Sure.
So
Okay.
it's like
Respect.
because of like all like the wordplay going on and all that like
Very clever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that like when they censor it by just repeating it. So I think it's like that's some wet on there. It's like you're losing the jokes, you're losing the rhythm.
Right. So let it play. Well, this
Stream it in your own home.
So I remember seeing the video for this on MTV, and it scared the shit out of me.
I've never seen the video. What is it?
It is this fucked up imagery, and it's like it starts off with a heart strapped to a chair, and then it's like going with the beat of doom, whatever.
Yeah.
Then it's like him, and it's like this naked woman, like with a shaved head, like holding something, but she was like censored in a weird way. Then there's a monkey like screaming on a crucifix, like scary shit. And I guess the director.
I love heavy-handed imagery.
I know.
You don't got to reach too far. For
I know,
that.
right? I know the director, Mark Romanek. I think this director. Every time he's interviewed, he's like, "I'm gonna start off. The monkey was fine. The monkey was
We did
happy.
not crucify
the
a
monkey was
monkey."
happy eating bananas and would scream at us, and we'd give a new banana. He was asking for more bananas. We just used the screaming for the bananas as the screaming. That's like he's
Nice.
being tortured. He got paid more than most people on set.
That's
so
so
like
cute.
is what he has said. So because I was always like that poor monkey as a kid.
Yeah.
I guess the monkey's fine. But yeah, the video is. But Trent Reznor has gone on record saying like the video is one of the rare times where like it made the song better, which is weird.
Huh.
He really liked it. Anyways, so this song, it's a banger.
Oh yeah.
I mean, most people have heard this song, and this album is on the list. So we will get into this album at some point, and I'm just gonna call it that Garrett will be on that episode. There's no chance that Garrett won't be on with me. So
That seems right.
We'll have a Garrett episode at some point when we get to this, and we'll go more into this song. But I mean, this song is a banger.
Yeah, it's a banger. It's all-time classic. It's iconic. It's like
Should be on here.
sets the mood immediately of like you start that song and you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Five Shakers. This is a great song. It's a great song that I still to this day cannot believe that's on the radio. It's a song that like I let my kids listen to pretty much anything. I
Yeah.
just don't care. Like I feel like they know what they can say. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, my little ones have watched all of Schitt's Creek. It's fine. It's fine.
Taste, honestly.
Right. And it's a good message. But this song I didn't listen to in front of them. I was like, I don't know. This song fucked me up as a kid. I don't know. I don't want to fuck you guys up too. So
Yeah.
I remember being in my friend's room though, and we both had headphones on, and we're just like, ho, 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 ho.
I also remember the transition in my life from middle school of like, aren't you getting in trouble? How can you say this? Listening in high school and being like, oh, actually, I'm the coolest person alive.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to this song and I'm not scared of it. I think it's cool. And I'm
Yeah.
also extremely cool.
I'm so
and grown
cool
up.
because I know what they're talking about.
Yeah. And I'm not afraid of it. And it
Yeah.
doesn't make me feel weird.
Exactly. Even though it kind of did. But I just said it
Obviously.
did. I said it did.
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay. So that is Closer by Nine Inch Nails. One last thing I want to say about our pal Kasey Musgraves is this is obviously the most current record I've done on Record Club. 2018, very recent.
Yeah. When did this like compendium come out?
This came out, I think it was 2020.
Right
I
on.
think. So it's like brand new.
Yeah, fresh.
2 years old, I think. So should it be on the list? I don't. I really enjoyed it. Like, I'm happy for her. It's on the list, but that is pretty crazy that you could have an album on the list 2 years after you released it. And now
That
you're
to
on
be
the
like,
five,
you know what? Yeah, out of all 500,
right? Like I'm like going through like what's behind it, and it's like, oh man, you just like beat the shit out of like so many like Paul Simon and like Mariah Carey. Like that's pretty impressive. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
So again, I'm not responsible for who goes on the list. I just rank it. So, anyways.
Okay, spoiler alert: has Miss Swift appeared in this book?
Oh, she did. That's the episode Emma did. She was number 99.
Nice. Oh, yeah.
That's
high.
High
yeah.
up. And now that was the album Red. And I said then it's not my favorite Taylor Swift album.
I don't think it's mine either.
No. What's your favorite?
I worked retail when 1989.
That's the one that's on
out.
this list too.
I really like that album, which is incredible because I worked in a store that catered towards like young girls. So we had that album on loop.
Wow. So
And
really,
I still like it.
That's impressive. I will, and this is now we're just jumping all over the place. This is a very important update. My kids and wife are going to be able to go see Taylor Swift. Yeah.
I'm so happy for them.
It was a miracle.
Did you have to call in every favor you've ever had?
I called in one favor, and Jenny called in the favor. It was one of a family, like Lennon's friends with the parents. The parents are very nice. We go to their house a lot to go to the pool.
Nice.
But they were going. It was just a miracle. And then like she's like, I'm able to get 4 tickets for the new because she has a new show. Actually, I recorded an episode with a longtime friend, Claudia, right when those tickets went on sale, and I was recording. I couldn't try to get the tickets, whole thing. But the point is, they're going, and they're going to go.
That's so good.
The new show, I think this is 7th. So anyways, fun fact for me, my kids are able to go.
Are they going to have like little outfits? Like, are they like
already
into
picked.
it?
They're making, as I speak to you now, they are at home making friendship bracelets because I guess you pass those out.
That's a thing now. It's very cute, which is also bleeding over to other like concerts and stuff now, which I also think is extremely cute.
I like that.
Yeah.
Lennon just made one, and Emma sent me a picture, and it's one of Taylor Swift's songs, "Wildest Dreams."
Yeah.
But Lennon spelled it WHIL. She spelled it wrong, but it made sense why it was spelled that way.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's the sweetest fucking thing. It's so sweet. Anyways.
Oh God, that's so cute. I'm gonna die.
It's so sweet. Anyways, okay. Thank you so much for doing this with me. I really appreciate it. I would love it if you would pick the next record for me. So pick anyone out of here that you want, and that's the one we'll cover next. What do we got?
27.
Whoa!
That is
Look
high.
at you! Wow! I was
Whoa.
for a while. I was stuck in the 300s for the longest time.
The ones that are by definition mid.
Yeah, but 27. Dang.
Wow.
Okay, that's pretty good. What is number 27 of all time? It is Wu-Tang Clan. Enter the Wu-Tang Clan, which is funny because I just had one of their songs recently. I think the last album I did. And I had never heard a Wu-Tang Clan song before. So now I'm listening to the entire album of Wu-Tang Clan.
Nice.
And let's find out what the song that I'll be listening to is. 27 is Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run.
Wow,
So,
another little mismatch there.
a little mismatch,
genre
which I do
speaking.
enjoy. I do enjoy. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate doing this last minute.
Thanks for having me. This was such a blast.
It was a lot of fun. You guys, sorry I was late. I will try to be on time. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you hopefully Thursday morning. We love you. Thanks for subscribing to the Patreon, as always. And, take it easy. Goodbye.
Bye.